I remember in Buds we had this guy, and it was when I was not in Buds. I was actually an instructor, and you go through the instructor course, and they come in, a bunch of people talk to you and just try to like give you I don't know, just like teach you how to basically be a better instructor. And this nutritionist came in, and this is me after I had been in the teams. I'd gone on 3 deployments and come back, and now I'm an instructor. And this guy he's not a SEAL, he's not in the military, he's a contractor, and he was instructing Bud students though. He was giving them nutritional advice and doing some maybe working them out a little bit or whatever. And I remember him saying, he was like sitting there, he's like, yeah, sometimes I got to tell these guys, you just got to get calories in, and, any calorie is good calories sometimes. And so, like, yeah, if you got to eat a Pop-Tart, eat a Pop-Tart. And I'm like, and he's like trying to give these kids nutritional advice. And I remember like raising my hand and talking to the guy and being like, you realize in Buds, like you have you literally are listening so little to when people are talking to you that all these kids heard was, yeah, it's good to eat Pop-Tarts. That's all they heard.
Right,
like that's all
right.
they heard. You realize that, right? Like, so you have to be conscious of what you're saying to these students. Like you've never been through Buds. You don't understand like the sleep deprivation and the and like the moment that they get to sit down, all they care about is that they're actually sitting down, and that's all they care about, and that's it, right? And so like then they heard Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are good for you, and so like, yeah, okay, hey, Pop-Tarts are good for me, so I'm gonna eat Pop-Tarts every day. I'm like, man, like basically I'm just trying to like feed off of what Matt just said. Is like it's not, no, like yes, there are times where yes, it is okay to get calories in, and you have to eat certain things that just aren't necessary. But man, like you got to be able to like understand who's talking, like who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it, right? And not like, oh yeah, Pop-Tarts are good, eat those. It's like, dude, come on, bro. Like have some wherewithal of what's going on around you.
Matt took off one of his ears, and that was the ear that he could hear you through, Josh. He didn't hear
that.
what
Yeah,
you said. He's like, all right, none of this shit.
No, man,
every time
my
you
ears
talk,
are just hot. These
every
headphones
time you talk, he
create
pulls
too good
off
of a
that
seal.
one. Josh, when you go into the Navy and you become a SEAL, do you know that eventually you'll be a Buds instructor? Or is that just part of the protocol?
I was not a Buds instructor. I actually was an instructor of. I actually instructed other team guys going through our course called Close Quarters Combat (CQC). So I was not a Buds instructor. No, so when you go into an instructor role, if you have to, you don't have to technically. There's a lot of different roles that you could do. You get to kind of pick if there are openings in certain situations. And so for me, CQC was just one of the most fun things that we did, and I just really enjoyed it. And so that was what I put down as my number one choice, and I just got it by luck because there were openings and spots, kind of thing.
What would you have done if you didn't go the instructor route? What other, like, you would have just stayed?
You can you could stay at your platoon, try to get a third platoon if they allow you, if they have a room for you at a team or a different team. There's a couple other different like commands that you could go to that are operational and not instructor, not training. So yeah, there's a few different things that you can try to go to.
Do people ever leave the SEALs but stay in the military? Do you ever see that very often, or do you, once you're a SEAL, you normally still there's something in that?
You know what? That's not true.
Umbrella that you stay in.
Yeah, for the most part, you're going to stay in that umbrella of being a SEAL. I think there are very, very, very rare cases that I've heard of a SEAL going and becoming a pilot. I know that I've heard that, and I don't know what. I it's like I said, like 0.001%. Like very rare. And other than that, I haven't really heard too much of a SEAL transitioning out into a different occupation in the military.
Did you ever go to any other teams? Like I'm almost afraid to say this because I don't want to misspeak, but didn't Dave go to Delta Force for a deployment? Like in a like a trade, like some SEAls go to Delta Force, and Delta Force.
I don't know. I don't know if Dave did that or not. You can. Yeah, I actually augmented on my second deployment. I augmented with the SF guys. I augmented with 5th Group, and so I was working with three. There was 3 team guys, and we went over, and they were getting more work than us, and so they were willing to have us as extra manning, and so we were in.
And what's SF? What do you mean?
Special Forces.
I know, but what you said isn't Special Forces just a group of
no. Army SF is that's like your Green Berets.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
okay.
Yeah, so I got to augment.
So it wasn't a trade. They just had work, and you guys were like,
exactly. They had
"Yo,
work,
I'll
and
do
we
it."
were slow where we were at, and so they took 3 of us, and we went over and we basically helped out 5th group. That was really cool because we got to do some really fun missions there. We were like going in, like, yeah, it was fun. It was a really fun time.
No, going in and what? I want to hear. So when you say work, you mean dealing with
Missions,
bad guys?
Missions, yeah. Yeah, it
And
was
you
fun.
got to do some really fun stuff. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off. Yeah, we got to do some fun missions. It was interesting to get to work with those guys and see how they worked compared to like comparing. You know, everyone always has like I'm the best operator, right? I like SEALs are the best. You know, Rangers are the best. SF's the best. You know, whatever. Everyone wants that badge of honor to say that their branch of the military, their occupation is the best at what they do. So it was really cool. It was actually interesting and really eye-opening to see and work with SF guys and see how they worked, and we met some really great dudes. So it was fun, man.
Do they haze you?
No, fuck no, no, definitely not.
No one tried to fuck with you?
No, they were all really great dudes, man. It was some really good dudes there. So, yep.
Well, thank you for your service. I mean it.
Good talk.
Kinda.